If you sell products using the internet, this is the greatest book you'll ever read. It's called Green Eggs and Ham. Yes, it's the famous Dr. Seuss book from 1960 that tells the story of the greatest salesman who never lived, Sam I Am. Would you eat them in a box? Would you eat them with a fox? In a house with a mouse? Would you? Could you? In a car? Eat them, here they are. Sam I Am asked the customer no less than 16 times to try his green eggs and ham because Sam I Am knows that the average sale is made when the customer has been asked 5 to 7 times whether they would not like to see the product or not. Is the fear of being perceived as pesky to you causing you to lose out on sales and deliver poor customer service to your customers? Sam I Am is the greatest salesman because he understands rule number 1 of selling anything. Most people will not do what you want them to do. If you have a system that sells a product and that system begins with an ad that goes to a sales page, that goes to a checkout page, that goes to a thank you page, most of the people who see that ad are not going to click on it. Most of the people who click are not going to browse. Most of the people who browse are not going to add to cart. Most of the people who add to cart are not going to buy. So the money in your system, in your sales process, is actually going to come in the gaps, right? You're going to get ahead. You're going to be able to scale your business and reduce the overwhelm of your business without having to focus on 9 million things by focusing on the gaps that happen between that sales process, right? The jumps that the customer makes. Because most people, rule number 1 of internet marketing, most people will not do what you want them to do. And Sam I Am is a perfect example of this because he asked the customer no less than 16 times in different situations at different points with different environments around the customer, do you want this thing? Because we are under the assumption that if somebody views our ad or our ad is delivered to them on a digital channel, they are interested in what we have to sell, right? If they click on our ad, they are interested in what we have to sell. And it is our job to fulfill their need, their behavioral indication that they want our product by showing it to them multiple times. Whether that's filling in the gaps using retargeting ads, whether that's filling in the gaps using an abandoned email sequence, whether that's filling in the gaps using, anything that's gonna take somebody who doesn't take an action that we want them to take because they might just not be, in the right state of mind at that time, and sends them a contingency plan that sends them the product one more time. So everything in your business, no matter what it is, everything in that sales process and your ads should have a contingency plan that redirects the customer back to the action that you want them to take. This is the easiest way to optimize a sales process and optimize a system to actually get it ready to scale to the next level. There's 3 phases of scale that you have to go through to securely scale your business instead of just throwing a bunch of money at the wall and hoping that it sticks. You're not gonna have to manage all these different things. You're not gonna have to, sit inside your business every single day. You'll be able to pull out of your business, look at it from the top down, and focus on one thing every single week that's actually gonna move that lever of scale. And those 3 things are stabilization, optimization, and expansion. Most people jump directly to expansion when they see a little bit of success, right? They have a process that's delivered them, a decent success. They're making 500, 600K a year. And then they want to add a ton of things on the top, right? They want to expand to new ad platforms, expand to new products, expand to a lot of different monetization methods that aren't going to get them the stable results that they're looking for. And their system is going to break because all they're trying to do is stuff more traffic down their front end, and they think that that's scale. Scale is not just getting more customers. It's not. It's having a process that's going to stably grow with your business and break free from the normal process of growth, right? And so stabilization first, when we apply that to a system, right? We have to look at a system and how do we stabilize it? What things can we add to make it more stable to handle more? Then we optimize it. And this is where you fill in the gaps, right? You fill in the gaps of your system by adding contingency plans, adding retargeting, adding that product, just showing it to them one more time, showing it to your customers again. And then the second phase of optimization is adding more offers to it, right? Can you add more offers to that process? In those gaps, instead of just sending them back to something, can you also offer them something else when they go back to it, right? A bonus, a guarantee, something like that. And then the third phase is expansion, okay? So first, when you're looking at your system, stabilize it. Once it's stabilized, use Sam I Am's teaching, okay? I know that sounds funny, but ask the customer 16 times. Fill in those gaps in your business. Follow through with them. Make sure that they know that you want to deliver that thing that they've opted in for, that they've asked for, that they have shown behavioral indication that they want. This is how you scale a business without having to focus on a bunch of different things. You stabilize, you optimize following rule number 1, using Sam I Am. Most people will not do what you want them to do. Okay, you fill in those gaps and then you can focus on expansion. Okay?